What's the largest wild animal you could think you could vibe with? A beluga, maybe. Some type of whale, probably. Black bear? No. No, I used to hunt a lot. Black bears they're looking for food. They're hungry and they're nice little guys, but they're not nice in that they want to be your friend. They're nice in that they're not going to go immediately aggro on you if you just like yell at them and get big. You just go like, ah, and they're like, oh shit, sorry. On average, not always. But they'll just kind of freak out and leave because they're like, this thing's yelling at me. But if they need to, they'll get aggro and they'll kill you. So, don't mess around with a black bear. Now, the ones you really have to worry about are brown bears and, of course, grizzlies. But grizzlies are, like, constantly in rage mode. Brown bears are just likely to attack if they see you because they think that maybe they can get food from you or you're walking into their area and they don't like you getting close. And instead of running, they're just more likely to be aggressive. That's just how they are. Black bears, you at least have the biggest chance of just going, and yelling at them and getting big and them just leaving. It's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight back. If it's white, good night. Yeah, that's what they always say, right? Because brown bears are the ones you can kind of play dead, maybe. Doesn't really work for the others. Black bears will keep inspecting. They're very curious, and they'll keep trying to get, some food out of you, and then they'll realize that maybe they can eat you. So, you have to be loud. Yeah, if it's polar bear, you're done. You're actually done. A polar bear or a grizzly, you are done. So you just don't want to be around them. Plain and simple. Even if they're cute. Because they are cute. But no. No. A lot of people bring up young bears with their mother. Yeah, because a lot of other animals, when they leave a baby somewhere and then they go to get food, they really leave the baby, right? But with bears, they tend to just walk around with them in a pack. And that's why people always say that about bears in particular. They're like, if you see one, that means there's a mother nearby. Because they don't leave them in a spot like that. They don't. They wander a little, but they keep grunting and getting them to come back over. So, yeah, you can't trust it. You see a baby bear, you go. You get in a car immediately, or something. Get inside. Lots of whales are chill with divers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's like, what big animal could you just vibe with? I think I'd say, likely a whale, because they're, it depends on which type of whale, but most of them are not aggressive like that. They might be curious. They might not care about you. So... You thought polar bears would just chill and drink soda. Yeah, thanks, Coca-Cola. Have you seen the video of a polar bear trying to get into an enclosure? Guys inside while filming. Scary. Yeah. It's like, and it's from his POV. I've seen that one. It's like trying to figure out how to get in, and it is aggressively trying to get in. Like it's trying everything. Yeah, I've seen that one. That one's, I mean, I think for people to be properly scared of animals that they should be scared of, they need to see videos like that where it's like trying to attack the person holding the camera. Now, usually you don't get a lot of views like that because people don't put themselves in those situations. If you're being smart and responsible with wildlife, you're filming from afar, typically, right? But I think people need to see more stuff like that if they think they're like, oh, I could take on a bear. Okay, watch this video, They need to see that. And they need to understand the size, too, because most people really get size of animals wrong. When I've been hunting, and I've taken a friend hunting who hasn't been before, if we get a shot on something and we go and grab it, they're always like, holy shit, it's huge. They have no idea. And they don't get it and understand it and feel it until they're standing there. And even if you know an animal's big, you don't feel... Your brain does a thing, right? When you see something in real life where it assesses, can this kill me? Right? And it's going back to your very primal lizard brain going, can this kill me? And you just get this sense of, I should or should not fight this. I can eat this. I cannot eat this. This could be food. This cannot be food. I am its food, right? Your brain just kind of sizes things up. And I think that's why when you see pictures and videos, you kind of get it. But it isn't until you sit there in front of a certain animal and you get that feeling. Your brain is assessed. I cannot deal with this, right? I'm the food. So it's interesting because you can watch a million videos of deer and then it isn't until you stand next to a white-tailed deer and you're like, he looks pretty strong though. Right? You can tell by standing next to him. You look at how muscled it is and you're like, yeah, if he whipped his head to the side, I'd crack one of my ribs, Stuff like that. So it's good for people, I think, to see that in person. But at the same time, there are a lot of situations where you probably shouldn't see that in person. Most uncomfortable ASMR would be a polar bear trying to get into your hut and the building is cracking. Very true. Very true. You know what's really uncomfortable? This is something I've experienced camping out while being on a longer term hunt. You're camping, you've made a shelter, and late at night you hear things trying to get in and get to your food. And it's not big things. It's stuff like ermines, a skink, a little what's the one? Oh, why can't I recall? The little starts with an M. A mink, thank you. A little mink. Those guys sound so bad. Okay, when they're sitting there, or a marmot, yeah. When they're sitting there and they're trying to scratch and get into a door, and you hear their little mouths. You hear their little mouths going as they're trying to like get their mouths in there. Oh, a stoat. A stoat is, they're usually a bit bigger too, so a stoat, you really hear them. But you hear their mouth and then as they're trying to like get in. They sound like vile. I don't know how to describe it, but hearing like their intense breathing and they're like almost foaming at the mouth is what it sounds like, right? With how much they're just spitting everywhere and trying to like bite the edges of something to see if they can make a way to get in. Dude. They are really cute though. They're really cute. But in general, terrifying sound when you're just trying to sleep and you hear a bunch of scratches and like trying to get in. Because a lot of the bigger animals are quieter when doing things like that. A wolf will sniff and just going, and it's not growling until it like can tell you're there. A bear as well is usually pretty damn quiet. You just hear it stepping around. But a stoat or similar, they'll just sit there and they'll start making these like snarling noises constantly, and it's just so bad. It's so bad. Wolf's laughing is scary. Actually true. Have you seen the videos where farmers get minks and dogs to clear out rat infestations on the property? Oh, absolutely. I've been there actually. Some farmers will let you do small game hunting on their property, just to clear stuff out. So a lot of people, when they do rabbit hunting, it's that, right? It's clearing out a vermin population. They're not just going to the side of the road going, oh, cute rabbit, and taking it out. They're usually going to a farm that needs them removed. But they do that for a lot of things. You can go rat hunting. Rats and mice. You can do that. Very, very small game hunting. That's a big one. A rabbit's vermin? Oh, absolutely. They eat everything. They decimate crops if you don't keep them out. Absolutely. And they breed so much. They're known for breeding, right? They're known for having 1 billion little rabbit babies. So if you don't take them out quickly, their population just explodes, and it's bad. Yeah, people bring up hog hunting and boar and all that. Yeah, in Texas they'll also decimate crops, and they're so mean, they're so aggro, so they can kill people. So you've just got to, got to keep them out. Got to keep them out. Most animals are more capable than people think, but since media shows them being cute, people underestimate them. Yeah. When I would take friends hunting, they would see some little animal, and they'd be like, oh, cute. And I'd be like, hey, back up from it. Or I'd be like, hey, get up in that tree stand or something. Like, I'd try to direct them to do something else. Or I'd be like, yell at it, get it away. I'd be like, go on, get, do that. And they're like, why are you being mean to him? And I'm like, cause he's gonna get near you and fucking bite you. You have people hunt doves out here every year. There's so many. Have you ever had
Night of the Lepus instilled in me at a young age not to mess with rabbits.
Oh, yeah. Don't. They'll bite you, the wild ones. Have you ever had dove poppers? That's how a lot of people make them down in the south. You'll hunt doves, and it's just a tiny little bird body, like a tiny little chicken, little guy. And a lot of people will put like jalapenos and things like that in them, and then just eat that whole thing. It's pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. I like it. You've had pigeon but not dove. They're really similar. Pigeons and doves are, I was gonna say they're basically the same thing. They can mate together just fine and have non-sterile babies, all of that. If you go to New York City and you look at the pigeons around and you see ones with a lot of white feathers, oftentimes that is because they have a lot of white doves in their bloodline, because people, when they get married, sometimes release them, or people have them as pets and they lose them. Would you ever do a catch and cook hand cam stream? No. I would like to, but there's no way to like do that without guarantee that something's gonna go so wrong. Like, you can't hand cam stream that. It wouldn't work well. You could maybe body cam it, but the thing is, some people have talked about hunting, right? And they're like, why don't you like go out on a hunting trip and film it, whatever. You know what most of hunting is, though? You sit around and wait. You walk around an area, you find a trail or some area where you think things are passing through. You find a water source and then an associated set of trails around where you think they might be passing through to go to said water source. You check how fresh that is, and if you see that they're actively using it, then you set up and wait. And then you just sit there. And you sit there for hours, and sometimes you sit there for days, all day, and you wait, and then something passes by, and then you try to take a shot, and maybe you get it. So if I were streaming it, you'd be just watching me sit there, and I couldn't even talk to chat the whole time because you need to be quiet. So, you know, I'm just saying, it's cool in concept, but it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. Not for a streamed thing. When I want to take a break on stream and I'm going to not talk for 10 minutes, I should just call it being mindful. This is our mindfulness hour to make it sound interesting.